everybody, anybody who's interested in the Esh Winning area and the history of Esh Winning. That's Esh Winning, County Durham, England. So what we've got here is a ordnance survey map of a scale of 1 to 50,000 to 1 to 25,000, okay? And what I've done is basically done an overlay map, which is based from 1900s up to 1940s, and just it's basically just to like give like a demonstration of what the history was during the mining era, you know, and kind of like round that sort of time, and it'll give you an idea of how many homes there was, what the community was like, the amount of people. It gives you an idea roughly what the amount of people that would have been working in down the pits and anything to do with coal excavation, and also iron, you know, iron ore and all that kind of thing. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to start panning in with the overlay map, and then you can have a look through that. So I'll just carefully bring the overlay map in, and then you'll see it change colour, change shape. Okay, bear in mind, I just wanted to show you something first. I'll just drop it back a section. So when I zoom in, you've got Waterhouses village here. Okay, this is Ivesley Cottages. This is the Black Horse Public House on the corner. Okay, and gives you an idea of what you're looking at. So this area here where I'm circling is Waterhouses. Okay, and then you've got Hampton Row, and obviously further up you've got Headley Hill Terrace heading up towards Towler, East Headley up. Okay, so I'll just come back down here. Okay, we're back down. Now you see where it says Deenness Valley Rail Path. This is obviously the disused railway. So you'll go around the parks up here, park play areas up here at Waterhouses. You can go up that way towards the cemetery, which is Parkwood, classed as Parkwood Cemetery. Okay, big roundabout at the top, you'll know that. If you're not from around the area, you won't know that, but you may have lived in the area before. And right, I'm just going to overlay it now, and then you'll have a better idea what I'm talking about. Okay, watch it change. Watch it change. Okay. So now you're looking at a map from the 1900s up to early 1900 to 1940. Now I'm just going to zoom in for you. Okay, there we are. This is Waterhouses. So I'll go back up, St Paul's Church there, Vicarage, the Vicarage House. Anybody from Esh Winning, they know who lives there. Esh Winning Waterhouses. And this area here is where the Esh Winning football ground is now. Okay, as you come up through here, that there used to be a slaughterhouse. The concrete pad and some of the brickwork for that is actually still visible to this day. So you'll come up here through Waterhouses, heading up towards the cemetery. Note, you've got Parkwood, you've got no cemetery in there at that point. Okay, there's a reason for that, because further down Esh Winning you've got another cemetery. But I also want to show you the pit village. So north you've got West Terrace here. Okay, heading up towards the cemetery. That is no longer there. That's just trees now. You've got was that White Street? White House Street or something, I can't remember. Arthur Street. And you've got North Terrace. Look how big North Terrace was. Actually, it's quite a length of quite a length. Okay, that was interesting as well. Yeah, so you've got North Terrace there. Okay, this here is the former, which was demolished in the late 70s, very early 80s, old Waterhouses School. Okay, people from the Esh Winning, Waterhouses, East Headley up, around that area, would have went to that school. Okay, there was another school as well at East Headley up. But if you look at how the community area, which was all based around the pit village. So these three, this here is the old Waterhouses pit, called the Mary Pit. Okay, up there you've got East Terrace up there, reservoir right at the top. Alright, I'll just give you kind of like an idea of what you're looking at. So these days, let's go back to the local map. This is what it's like today. So where you come from Esh Winning, this is College View. Okay, this area here is College View, just if you can see me pointer. This is where the new school is, at College View. So you would come up from Esh Winning, follow this road up. This road here is still there. You can literally, well, you can't get through it because it's barriered off, but you can walk through there or cycle through. Brings you up round the back. This road here takes you up to the Oaks of Esh Winning. Okay, and you can follow this route round. Some of that road is still there, this section here, but some of it's like overgrown. Come around the back here, okay, and that takes you around the old school. Okay, this is where the former Waterhouses School was. I'll show you. Bring it up though. Yeah, gives you a better idea. So the company that was involved in the mining was Peas and Co. You know, it was Quaker family. Now you can still find bricks around this area now, even to this day, with the Peas logo on. And I'll just I'll show you one which I did. I'll show you one which I did last year actually. It was a decent quality one, and I just kind of like decorated it, and that's it there. Look. So if you can see that, peas, and I just stuck some flowers on, and just as a bit artist stuff, you know. Loads of bricks like that. Now, I'm going to take you a little bit further down in Esh Winning. I'm just going to drop that map down a little bit so you have a better idea. I mean, this is not just for like local people, this is for people who lived in the area, left the area, or, you know, might have emigrated, whatever, and they might be missing what they used to know of Esh Winning. It's surprising how many people you can bump into over the years, and they say, oh, I used to live at Esh Winning, you know, and I miss it so much, and this, that, and the other. And oh, I remember this street, or I remember that street. And sometimes when they talk to us, I haven't got a clue what street they're talking about, you know, so I've got to double check on things. But I'm just going to overlay it again. But, well, I'll double back just so you can have a look at it. Okay. I'm going to move this way a touch. I'm going to bring that back. So, all these black lines here, right, if you look there, see where it says Tillycole, obviously you've got Tillycole, Harvey Cole. These lines are the seams that were underground, that basically were underground during that period. Obviously a lot of that would have, you know, a lot of that would be taken out. And if you look at the size of the map, even though, so I can do that, and it gives you an idea what you're looking at. Okay, got Ushamoa here, Cornsay Colliery up here, right? You can basically get, like, obviously the overlay maps for different areas of whichever you're looking for. But I'm concentrating on Esh Winning because that's what I'm interested in. So, I'm going to come down here. Now, this area here, right, well, that shows you the shaft. It shows you the shaft when it was actually sunk, 1856, right? And it gives you the depth there at 19 2/3 fathoms, right, deep. Okay, so you can work that out for yourself. Basically, you've also got 87 feet. Strangely enough, somebody could let me know what the SL meant. I wasn't sure if it was like the total depth. I'm not sure if that's the surface depth. So from surface to below. I'm not too sure what the SL means, that, but that's just because I haven't done my research on that bit. But that, obviously, that it gives you an idea there. Look, Waterhouses shaft, 1856. Bring the line down, and that's what it's pointing at. That shaft there. That would have been the shaft, if I'm not mistaken, where the miners would have dropped down to the coal seams. Okay. But you've got the other these other two shafts. So I think it doesn't say anything else about this, like depth and stuff like that, you know. What gives you an idea. The other thing I want to show you was this here. So this area here, you see me pointer, that's where the Esh Winning and Waterhouses Junior and Infant School is, which is near College View. This area here would be College View area, and there you've got the original cemetery. Okay. This little building here, which was the mortuary chapel, when I was a child, obviously growing up, and I lived in College View as well as the Oaks and, you know, around that area. That was still there when I was a kid, and there'll be loads of people in the village still that remember that building. And the gravedigger used to dig the graves by hand, and we used to pop in that building with him and see him and sit and talk with him. he'd make us a cup of tea and stuff like that, you know. But he, and the gentleman who used to be the gravedigger lived opposite Newhouse Club. He passed away a few years ago now. But so down here, you've got what is now the wines, okay? And there was something else as well, is down here. So this area here would be Ridden Court, alright? That would be Ridden Court. In here as well, even though you can see where it is, sorry, this is the picture house here. That's the picture house, right? So you're coming up towards Station View, alright? This is where Esh Winning Chinese takeaway is, alright? And then you've got the former, what used to be Walter Wilson's there, and it became McCormick's shop, now being taken over again. And this picture house, this picture theatre burnt down. I'm not too sure what these two dots are in this cross. They could be like classed as boreholes or something, but there also used to be a pig farm in here, and when I was a kid the farm was there. I mean we used to go to the butchers and that, which was along here. This is the Stag's Head. Stag's Head is still there, okay? And during the train era, and obviously these is all the train lines, as you can see. I mean you can see that when I zoom out. All the different train tracks of former, you know, what is now former disused railway track, where a lot of people cycle, walk, take the horses and stuff. I'll show you what it looks like now. Alright. Okay. So come up. School, Station Street, right? Okay. Just slide across this way a bit. So this is the Stag's Head. Alright. Bringing that up. Picture Theatre. So where it says Picture Theatre, that burned down in the 1950s. I don't remember exactly what year it was, but it you know, there's plenty of information about it in all the stuff. This is obviously where, this area here is where the co-op is. Alright, got the co-op here. This is now Esh Winning Chemist. The post office, where it says post office there, that would have been there, just right on that corner there. Can you see where I'm at? Bring it over a bit. And that was ran by, I mean, there's been a good few people obviously from that era, but when I was a child, you know, growing up and right up until just a few years back really, it was run by Derek Miller and his wife. And so this used to be Lloyd's Bank years ago, and I remember in the 70s actually, when that was when the bank was broken into. And I'll tell you another story, weirdly enough. There used to be a public toilet here, and we had just come back from Bridland and Scarborough one night, and my dad stopped round about here and he let us out because I needed to go to the toilet. I think I was just messing about, to be honest, but anyway, me and my brother got out, went to the toilet, and Fields' fish shop was open. Fields' fish shop is still there now to this day, with the coal-fired range. And when I got out of the car and I ran over the road, there used to be a barrier just at the front of the road, like near the edge of the footpath. So I went round it, and as I went to the right of the barrier to go into the toilet, I looked up into the toilet roof, which is actually, it was a bus stop as well, and I seen some people. Obviously, I'm assuming they were men, but they had black. They were all dressed in black and they had balaclavas on. the day, it was the same night when that Lloyd's Bank was broken into. But I never said anything. Basically what I did was I ran round the barrier, looked up and I seen them. I nearly bloody crapped myself. And my brother went in the toilet. He was like, where you going, where you going? I doubled back round the barrier, went back to the car. It was so funny. And my brother's like, where you going, where you going? I says, oh, I'm just going back to the car. And I never said anything. I never said anything for years and years. I don't really tell many people about it, but it was so funny. So anyway, you're now coming up. You've got a number of shops here. You've got like obviously, Pink Panache. You've got another Chinese shop there now. And I'll just give you an idea. Bring it down. Alright. Okay. In the back of here, just to let you know, this is where motorcycle shop is, in here. Alright. Car park and stuff like that. Butchers along here. And you've obviously got your the bakers and stuff. Well, it's actually bakers will be on this end. Bakers is on this end here. Dents. Anybody who loads of people go in there, don't they now? So very busy. Okay, so follow the road down. So we're heading out towards Esh Winning a little bit. We're heading out. We're heading out down Durham Road. All right. Bring that down like that. Look. Better idea. This is the by road here. This route goes into Esh Winning Industrial Estate. Okay, this is Hargreaves here. Hargreaves, right? Well, this is the bit I want to show you because this will be interesting to some people. I'm going to overlay it again. Now what do you see? Right, so Esh Winning Colliery. Now I want to point this out here. This building here says Methodist Chapel. That is where Rochfords do the maintenance on vehicles. Obviously they do some, the recovery side of stuff is over here now. It says Institute. That is where Rochfords is now, the recovery side of the vehicles. And this is what is the Miners Institute building. Okay, Esh Winning cricket ground and football ground. Okay, this road here is Billy Bell, what we call Billy Bell's Bank. Okay, top of Acton Road, look. Along here you've got Coronation Homes. This area here is Coppers Hill, right? And this bit here, so when you come down Billy Bell's Bank, I'll just bring it up a bit, when you come down Billy Bell's Bank, you've got a green bridge now. Loads of children and other adults call it the Green Bridge. And down here you've got the stream, you've got what you call the beck. This is where the kids play on the bikes doing the jumps and stuff. Okay, now I'll just before I go to Esh Winning Colliery again, I'll just show you this bit. Woodland Place. So when you come back down from, say, the Stag's Head, you follow Station View down, you've got these crossroads, haven't you? Turn left. So let's say you come from the Stags and you turn left, come over to Woodland Place and Lymerton, say. Lymerton Terrace, Woodland Place. Some of these houses are not here anymore. If you look at, you've got two streets, haven't you? In this map, in the old 1900s map. It gives you an idea obviously all the black lines, these black lines you see here, are the coal seams under the ground. Alright? Just gives you a better idea of where you live and what you can find about the history of your village. And there was also a brickworks round here. You've got the farm round the back of here, which is Harrison's farm around this area. Okay. And I do make a note about Pamela Harrison, because when we were at school at the Esh Winning Waterhouses Junior School, which was over here, which is here now, obviously, Pamela was a brilliant football player, excellent female football player, along with Sandra Hodgson. Right. Yeah, both very good female football players. I'm going to come back up now. So remember, Institute. So remember, you go in here. Now, just so you know, this building here used to be Lumsden and Carroll's. The original Lumsden and Carroll building, before they moved to Bourburn. That's it now. It's now flats now, but that's where they had their original offices. Okay. There's what is Rochford's Recovery. That's what that is there. And you drive in here. Hargreaves is up here, like I said before. Go back the overlay map. Okay. Hang on a minute, I just want to bring that back a little bit just so I can get a bit ready. Hello? So as you can see, look at all the houses that were there. Right, zoom out. So remember, you've come in here, right? You've got Hargreaves on the right, okay? Obviously the rest of Esh Winning Industrial Estate. You've got North Street, East Street, West Street. You've got Sunday School. Okay. I'm just going to go up a minute. Just want to check something. There's something that I wasn't too sure about. This mission church up here. Wasn't too sure about that. So that's interesting. Just want to double check where that was. That mission church is somewhere near the farm. I'm not mistaken. Like Hugh Farm. Hugh or Huff, whichever way you want to pronounce it. H. Where's the farm? There's Huff Farm there, right? Just going to double that back down there. Mission church. Right, going back to that, so I'm just going to zoom in a bit more and then let you have a look at that a bit better. Alright. If you worked for Lumsden and Carroll before they moved to Bourburn, they were in the Esh Winning Industrial Estate as well. Their yard was in their yard was in this area here. Okay. You've now got like obviously Burnell fencing and other various businesses. Wharton Landscapes, the CAF, and Rowan Allison's CAF, which is kind of like in there. So going back, that's Hargreaves, coming here, turn left, Burnell fencing. Wharton's is here. Sorry, no, that's wrong. Wharton's is here, sorry. And Lumsden's yard used to be here. About there. Just looking at something. Right. Now, I'll just zoom that back for you. Now this information's available to the public. I'm not breaking any copyright rules or anything here. I'm just basically giving you an idea. If you're not sure how to get to that information, but if I zoom out like that, then it gives you a better idea where you're at. Okay, so this map, 1 to 50,000, 1 to 25,000. Right, I'm going to show you something else now. So coming up, we're just at the edge of Esh Winning Industrial Estate here, right? You come up the by road. So if you're coming from Durham, you'll come up here and you'll turn right. I think I'm at the right point, aren't I? Can you see that all right? Right. Oh, by the way, that is New House Club. But yeah, this area here, New House Club, not football ground area. So New House Road, okay. This is where, so obviously Co-op, got the shops here, right? Shops here, both sides, right? And this was the original football ground area. Because if you notice, on here, you've got the cricket ground. No football ground there at that point, because it was over here. And that is where the play area is now. You've got the play area, okay, and obviously the big green grassed area where they got like the little old BMX bike track, and now you've got the new scooter park. So coming up the by road here, right, you've got St Mary's Catholic Church, alright. St Mary's Queen of Martyrs it's called now. And Note says school. That's because there was a school there. It's now like community. It's like Catholic community centre, community area. And in here, this area here is what is now Priestburn. So they used to have an institute in there. You used to have a big like a prefabricated building in there. So basically they come out of church or whatever and then pop in here, have a few drinks and a bit of a chat, knit that, whatever. Um, I was looking for something else. Note all this area here, how it's woodland during that period. This is like basically what is around the area of Terrace. The doctor's surgery would be here, round about this area here now, you know, and I can show you that on the other map. Right. So this is the age miners' homes here, just round here. This is the doctor's surgery. So you see how you've got that field, what used to be the football ground, just here. You've got that track comes up there, that footpath is where the park is, play area. Got a little circular roundabout there. Just looking at something where, yeah, New House Club there. New House Club there, that's never changed. This is New House Avenue. New House Avenue goes up, come in past the club. So all this area here, this is the big playing field. It's classed as a rise in the 1940 map. But also that was a football pitch as well. And I recall my father playing on that. Well, I didn't actually see him playing on that when he was younger, but he did tell us about it. But they used to play at Cornsay Colliery as well. So this is Fair Terrace. This section here, Fair Terraces. This is the flats. Woodland Road flats. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Yes, so obviously Doctors, there's the St Mary's Queen of Martyrs Church, okay. Come up here, come up New House Road. Just want to bring that back. Okay, so this house here is still there, that's New House. And that's where Tony Carroll used to live before he moved. He moved to Frosterley or somewhere, and then he passed away. This is New House Farm. Okay. So New House Farm is where Dana's fencing. So you had Jimmy Duffy, John Duffy, Michael Hogan, and they were the three main partners of Dana's Fencing Limited. And that's who I started work for in 1983. This here is Willow Cottage. That's still there. It's a big white house. And that was rebuilt by Graham and Sharon Kirkup. Okay. Still there. You still see the stream as well. The stream. And on this area here, you've got new houses now as well. There's a big townhouse type of house in the middle. You've got a new bungalow here. And note, there's no houses up here. All this is Willow Road, the Hamsteels estate, or what some people call the Lanchester estate. All the red brick houses. I'll give you a demonstration of that. Okay, there we are. So this track here as well, if you can see this one where I'm at here, this is the track through where you walk, where we would walk our dogs or whatever. You can carry on straight up to Hugh Farm. Alright, this is the field where they put the sheep. They put the sheep in all these. That's the bit of wood. This is the pigeon crees up here. Alright. So you've got Flass, new house, sorry, new house. These are the new houses here, which was obviously Dana's new house farm, Dana's fencing. Bring that. This is the Hamsteels estate. All this area here, and you've got Rose Court here. See where it says telephone box? We don't have a telephone box anymore, as far as I'm aware. So this is where you would come into, you've got Nick the Greeks here now, although it's not actually Nick that runs it. This is Briardine, Burnside, Briardine, Clifford's Gate, Valley Drive, obviously you've got Valley Drive around here, okay, all them kind of areas. This is Rolly Gillett's farm, where you come into Briardine, come up here, Clifford's Gate, come into Briardine, you've got Rolly Gillett's farm there. And if anybody remembers John Wade and his wife owned that farm. John Wade passed away a few years ago now, a couple of years back. Lovely fella John was, lovely fella. Got the old stream as well, there's a bit of a stream comes down there. This here is the Barrett's estate, what used to be the Woodland, Esh Winning Woods. Sorry, Esh Winning, like oaks and stuff like that. Alright, but just gives you an idea where you're at. So I'm going to go back now to the overlay map, just to give you a better idea. This is another one that I want to show you. So, North Railway Terrace, no longer there. Willow Cottage, Railway Terrace. This here, Rose Cottage, and this land here is Rose Court, what is now Rose Court, okay? There, Rose Court. And when Rose Court was actually built was, if I'm not mistaken, it was around about 90. It was between 1984, 85. And it was Dunelm Castle Homes, Michael Hogan, who built them. Note the railway line going up to the former Hamsteels Colliery. Alright. There we are, the Taylor Pit. Note the coke ovens. All these railway tracks. Obviously remember the black lines are coal, seams, low main coal, look, Hutton coal. This area, all this area here was open cast mined in the 80s, late 70s and 80s, okay? And what I want to show you is this bit, for anybody that still likes to go around this area. Bring that back down. Watch the green line. So you come up New House Road from Esh Winning towards Cornsay Colliery. There's a right track there. There's also that one as well. That's where the ponies, the horses are on that corner. And you can't get through, you can't drive through. So when you get up to this point here, you can't drive through anyway. There's no point even attempting to drive through that because it's blocked off. And it won't be too long before they start building houses in here. That's already planned, I think. So drive in here. Sorry, you can't drive in there, that's barriered off, right? Barriered about there. So you can walk through or you can cycle through. Come up here. This field here, these two fields here, actually mainly this one's been ploughed and planted. But this one here, that's arable grass. And interestingly enough, obviously because this was part of the old Hamsteels village, as you can see, so there we are. Note the brickworks, obviously as well. Brickworks in that area, right? This area. South Street. When I was a kid, I remember my grandmother taking us through here. She took us through here, through the streets, and basically took me up this, you could get out at the top, you know. Obviously that's actually quite amazing how much that has changed. But I remember for some reason when we walked to Quebec one day to see my auntie, and we walked through here. So it must have been South Street where we walked through. And she came out somewhere around here, so I'm assuming it might be this section here, it might be this footpath. Long time ago, like it was in this like 70s, early 70s I'm talking about. Note obviously the pit shafts. Okay. East Street, engine shed. I'll put that like that for you, and you might be able to put it like that for you. You might be able to get a better idea. I keep thinking about this this mission church here, on this area here. Obviously that, if you know it, there look, Roman Road, that's Deer Street, Watland Street, the Roman Road, sorry. Roman Road side of no, that's not what I was thinking. No. I've got this all wrong, I think. Just want to check something a minute. Yeah. some strange reason I thought that was the Roman road. Oh, that was it. I thought that was D Street as well, part of D Street. And then obviously you go up to Haghouse Farm, carry on up, walk through here. By the way, this bit here was actually being blocked off. The owner of this property here has decided to block this off, and there is what looks like engine grease, heavy, hydraulic grease smothered on top of the gate. But this is the actual route. This is the, see, people used to use that, but they've been stopped from using that as a pedestrianised route. I think a lot of this is to do with off-road vehicles, like off-road motorcycles and e-bikes and stuff, to stop them, damaging areas. But so this is your route through. You can't, there's not much point taking a pedal bike through here, because you've got stile here, you've got a stile and gate round here, round this area. You've got another one round here, you've got another one up here, and you go through here. So this is like an open space. There's a big grass area here, but you just have to stick to that green footpath. Okay, and you can follow any one of these back. There's loads of like walking routes. It's amazing actually. And then obviously that brings you back up to Esh Village. That's Esh Village, not Esh Winning, obviously. So this is the Esh Lord School. Okay. I'm just going to go to the overlay and see what I can pick up off that overlay map now. I would have to do another one for that. What I'll do, I'll come back down. So, back in Esh Colliery. Now, this is the one I want to show you as well. So, we're now coming back up Newhouse. Got Newhouse Road again, right? So you're going past the former Hamsteels village in Colliery. You're coming up now. See that? See where it says Moat? Look, that's Castlesteads. That's that was a homestead. But that is protected. That's a protected area, and that's protected by this landowner here from Rowley Farm. Okay. I remember years ago, my father, we were on the top of here at Old Ivesley Farm, which is actually the equestrian centre now. And you could look down from the field. You could look down from the top, and you could actually still see the moat. So you see how the moat formed round here. You could still see that then. All right. So what else I want to show you? Obviously we've got this is Quebec and Wilkesdale up that area. Look. Okay. But let's go to Cornsay Colliery on the old map. Unfortunately, it's got quite a bit cut out. I'd have to put a different map layer on. So Royal Hawk, still there. Let's just zoom for the road, just so you know where the road is still. Okay. I like that. I'm interested in these engine sheds as well. I remember seeing that actually. many years ago. It's kind of like a bit overgrown now, so you can't really see a great lot. But I think there's, if I'm not mistaken, there's still some bits of like hardcore and rubble and old bricks and stuff lying about. So notice how there's the brickworks there. Okay, I'll overlay it better. That'll give you an idea. So get your bearings. Royal Oak here. Stable Street. This area here is where they have the fireworks display, and there's a little play area there, isn't there, for the children and families and that to go. And look how big the brickworks was in the housing area. Lots of houses gone from there now. Brick and tile works. Look, cork ovens, South cottages. They're actually still there. And also, look at this bit. So you come up from, so if you're coming from, say, Esh Winning, or you're coming from Lanchester, come up this road towards Towlaw, right? Past these houses here. Come up, take a right on the bend. Old football ground. And there's still a lot of history about that football club, that football ground as well. Basically what they used to do was, and there's some footage. I actually have some footage. Not footage, photographs. So the teams would meet up and they would walk. They would park the vehicles up or whatever, however they got their bus, generally by bus or whatever. Oh man, I've got a problem. And they would walk up that hill, all the way up there to the football ground. And yeah. Right, I'm going to have to leave it now because I'm losing my battery power. But that gives you an idea what you're looking at. Okay. Oh yes, that was the other thing. Entrenchment. Look. So where you've got the castle steads, there, entrenchment. Chapel side. I mean, you can walk through all this, you know, you can walk through there. And walk. That gives you an idea. What you're looking at. There we are. Just gives you like a rough idea. I'll zoom it out like that a little bit. Knock that off. So obviously if there's something that you just want to like, well, I can't tell you what to do. You're just going to have to do your bit of research on the stuff. Obviously, obviously. Now, believe it or not, tell you what I meant to say to you. Believe it or not, where you've got the Waterhouses Cemetery now, you can walk through, right? You take this route through here, through the cemetery, walk up here to Ivesley Equestrian Centre, right? And you can literally just walk up there, turn right, go back down towards Esh Winning. It's a beautiful walk. And you've got this whole tree line here. That's tree lined. The trees are they've started falling like many years back. There's still quite a few of them there, but it's a shame to see them disappear. So you come out of the equestrian centre, or come from, say, what, like East Edley, sorry, Hamilton Row, sorry, Hamilton Row. This is what we call Hamilton Row, yeah. Say that there. Hamilton Row. Public House, Black Horse, turn right. Okay, follow the road up. All the way up. Gives you an idea what's there. Follow that track up there. Past Ivesley, the entrance to Ivesley Equestrian Centre. Come down to here. And obviously you've got this used to be the former Fir Tree pub. Actually that's not it, it's here, look, sorry, I was a bit too eager there. Fir Tree Hotel, and that was owned by Michael Hogan's parents. And I remember, I did go in there once, many years ago. That's not, obviously you've got the farm as well. That used to be the farm, Fir Tree Farm, where Anthony Hogan used to live. I don't know a lot about this this Green Lane one here. Obviously I know where it is, but I never I'd only ever been in this area once, but I didn't go too far up. So it gives you an idea. Yeah. Thing is, even now, like, even when I'm like looking around, I'm still kind of like so interested to see what's where, because there's some stuff that still like stick out to me, and I'm like bloody hell, I didn't know that was there. It's a pity my map wasn't bigger to go further up into Cornsay Colliery, up this area, I'll have to sort that out another day. There is actually a walkthrough there, I don't know if I mentioned before, but if you come out of, like, say, the Royal Oak, you want to go and have a drink in there and have a meal and stuff, obviously you come across the road and you can walk through. You can go all the way. Watch, I'll show you in a second. I'll do that. There, look. Waterfall, wildlife section. Staley Hill Nature Reserve. So obviously pop in the Royal Oak, have a drink, have a bit of food, come in here, look at it. I mean, look at this walking road here. I mean, you can actually I'm not saying like Green Lane and stuff. I would just say, like, say like a light e-bike or pedal bike, and go through here, follow the road, takes you up back onto the road. You kind of like go to the edge of the road. I've never been up that bit there though. I've been in that field. I did do some bloody, what was it, baling for Michael Logan years ago in the 80s. I think it was about 85. Well, I was no good, like, because I just suffered really bad from hay fever. So I couldn't do that, like, for long. I did do it, like, a couple hours. That was enough for me on baling. No good when you've got hay fever. And obviously you've got the reservoir, Tissues Reservoir. I didn't actually know that was still there. Obviously is. And that would be interesting to see that on the overlay map. If I can get it. Oh, I can't get it, can I? No. So, come back down. Oh, yeah. There's so much information that you can find out about the area that you live. Definitely worth people, researching it, and it's interesting. Give you a good bit of history. There was something else I was looking for. Alright, so we'll go back to the original bit I was trying to tell you. Waterhouses Colliery. Okay. Remember, North Terrace School. Right, that's it, folks. Okay, hope you enjoyed that bit.